Hello everybody. Today is December 24th, 2015. Tomorrow's Christmas. My girlfriend's out of town and I have nothing fun things to do, so I decided to create a video to share some good stuff with you about my recent discovery of the household coffee making system. So the system consists of three different machines. The first one's grinding machine here, and in the middle this is espresso making machine, and to the left is a milk frother. And the total cost of the three machines is about $100 before tax. I think it's a pretty good deal. The outcome of the coffee has a very good taste, and I would say it's better than a Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts, whatever commercial coffee you can buy. I mean espresso based drinks like vanilla lattes, macchiatos, ice cold or hot. Before I have this system, initially I use a dripping machine like this. This is a typical Hamilton Beach a dripping machine. You can see it has a classic shape, and it has a large volume, and it has a large cup. There's nothing wrong with this machine, but the thing is, if you use the dripping machine to do the coffee, and first of all you have to buy ground coffee. One thing about ground coffee is it has been grounded already, and it might lost its aroma and like tropical taste or something like that. So the taste you get is basically pure coffee, and without excess enjoyment. And also you use paper filter to put in this side, and the paper filter has its own taste, I would say, and it tastes like paper. So if you use this and you buy ground coffee and use paper filter, and the outcome would taste like just any dripping machine, like something you would have in a car dealership. They would have that. And after a while I get some new stuff. The first thing I get is this one. This is a Ariel manual coffee grinder. It has a handle, and it has two parts. One part is the container of the outcome ground coffee, and the upper part is the main body of the grinding department. You can change the coarse or fine using this knob, and you put coffee beans inside, and once you put it inside, and you just put on a handle and screw it on, and you just keep grinding. So it has it has some very good features. First of all is you got two ceramic discs, and the good thing about ceramic discs is it has no rust. Some of the grinder has a metal part. If you drip water inside, you will get rust on the discs. And the second is the ceramic is very hard, and it will save you a lot of effort while you're grinding coffee. And also, ceramic is a poor conductor of heat, which means when you are grinding the coffee, and you will not conduct a lot of heat to the ground coffee, the outcome. So also you can see in the bottom part, it has isolated container from the outside grip. The purpose is to prevent the heat from your hand conducting to the container of the outcome coffee. That's a pretty good design. So what's the best thing about hand grinder? I think it's first of all, it makes you tired. I mean, if you want to have the 2 cups of coffee a day, and you might end up with having coffees with a sore arm. So every once in a while, I came up with ideas, like crazy ideas, because if you pull out the handle, and you can see you got a connector here. So by that time, I just get my impact driver. It's a Ryobi impact driver, and so I was thinking if I get a hex wrench bit and I put it here and shove the connector into the hex wrench bit, and would that work? So it's gonna save me a lot of effort. The thing is, if you can see, this is a hex wrench bit, but here I'll wait it to focus. Okay, this is a pentagon. This is not a hex wrench can shove into, but I have tried. If you shove that into the connector really hard, you can do it, and I did it once. But since this grinder is a gift from my girlfriend, so I don't want to ruin it, to broke it. So I choose to not do that, because once you do it too often, and the edge will be smoothed by the hex wrench, and sooner or later it will not fit the original handle, and you can see the handle inside. Okay, this is also pentagon. All right, so that's that. I decided to set it aside and keep it in the box. I also get a Bowden French press also. Excuse me, this French press is broken by me because I dropped it to the ground. I broke this part. The handle is detached from the body, so I have to reattach it using those straps. And the French press is a very good machine, and it's easy to operate, and if you can use it with a lot of skill, you can create a lot of different kind of coffee. But I think not espresso. I prefer espresso. So, and to use a French press machine, it requires a lot of practice. I don't have that time. So, but anyway, both the French press, the dripping machine, those are good machines, and not only for coffees, you can brew teas using them. They're very good. Speaking of teas, I use teapots, but in terms of efficiency, I think dripping machine is better than the teapots. If you put 6 to 7 pack of teapots, tea bags into the dripping department, and you just fill in a pot of water, come up with a very large cup of tea very soon. And if you have many friends coming to your home, that's a very good selection. All right, enough of the old equipment. Let's talking about the new system. All right, here's the new system. I spent about I believe it's 30 to 40 bucks on a dripping machine. The French price cost about 20 to 30 bucks, and a hand grinding machine that cost about 20 bucks alone. So if you plan to spend a little bit more money, I think you can turn the suffering part, like grinding using your hand, into a kind of enjoyment. Alright, that's my cat. Her name's Blueberry. So, the first part is the Capresso dripping machine. This is a very nice looking machine. I got it from Costco in about, I believe it was on sale. And, okay. And originally it was like around 40 bucks, I believe, I can remember. And it's a fully automatic grinding machine. I don't know if you can see it clear or not. I think so. In the front, you got a knob. You can control how much shots you want it to produce. And in the side, there's another knob. It says fine, medium, coarse. You can control the extent of you want to grind the coffee, either fine or medium. I experienced to be working with those two machines. I use somewhere between fine and medium because you have to temp it to the filter after you have the grinding coffee. Okay, I'll show you later. An on and off switch on the on the top. And here's the container. You can put the raw beans in it. And here's the container of the outcome grinding coffee. So ground coffee. So that's simple. And its mechanism is it has two metal discs inside to grind the coffee like this, just like the Hario hand grinding machine. And it is metal. Maybe it's not as good as ceramic, but it's fully automatic, and it's rotating at a very high speed. So ceramic may be too hard for that. I think metal is it's a selection considering that situation. And besides of that, I think that's a very pretty highly efficient grinding machine. I used to have another grinding machine, fully automatic from Target. It's like a cup. Some of you may have used it before. It's like a mini blender. Got several blades in it. It's not actually grinding, it's chopping the beans apart. I think that kind of grinding machine is not what you're looking for, because the outcome is not even. You got large parts, you got the small parts, and the taste is not good too. Alright, enough for the grinding machine. Like I said, the grinding machine is affordable, about 30 bucks, and it's easy to use, easy to clean. You grind fast. You got two metal discs. The disc might heat a bean powder, but it's acceptable sacrifice compared to its advantage. It's really fast. And let's do some grinding. I plan to do 2 shots of espresso in this video, because the minimal outcome of the grinding machine is 2 shots, and the Mr.Coffee espresso machine has a minimal measurement of two shots, and so I'll do it 2 shots. Here's a small weight. 2 shots, I usually use 15 to 16 gram of beans. But that depends on what beans you are using. I'm using this bean, the beans I get from Whole Food, and it's about 10 to 12 bucks a bag. And you can see it says its roast is. Let's wait it to focus. Yeah, it's hoist espresso, so it means it's at least a medium or dark roast. The taste has it says it's a walnut, creamy, and the baker's chocolate, and whatever. The roast date is December 17th. I get it 18th or 19th, I can't remember. And anyway, the rules is the fresh, the more fresh, the better. And it doesn't matter what brand is it. It's the time is everything. So let's wait 16 grams of coffee. Alright, it says 16, right? I guess you can see it. So if you don't have a mirror or weight, a simple rule is you can count beans like about 50 beans is about 7 to 8 grams, depends on the roast, and it varies. So you can, if you don't know what's the weight of the beans, and you just count about 50 to 55 beans. That's one shot of the bean, and I'm using 2 shots, so it's about 100 to 110 beans. Consider about there are some residues inside the grinding machine, so usually I put a little bit more inside. So let's do the grinding. Alright. You see it's really fast. Alright, that's it. Let's see the outcome. Can you see it? It's very even, and smells good. Alright, let's set it aside for a while, and then we come to the Mr.Coffee 4 cups espresso machine. What you see is the default parts. It comes with it. It comes with a spoon and main body and a cup, a filter, and a dripping tip. That's about it. I got 2 more accessories with it. One is the 49mm stainless steel temper. That's for tempering the coffee into the filter. Another one I'm having is a stainless steel cup. It's a coffee cup. I got it from Starbucks for the cover the trademark. What's the use of that? I'll show you then. So this coffee machine is not expensive. It's cheap. It's around I got it on sale on Target. It was $29. Yes, you get me. It's $29. It's very cheap, and cheap doesn't mean it's a bad machine. Usually the quality of a machine is positive related to its price, but things doesn't have to be in that way all the time. You know, the first time I saw this machine, I fall in love with it because it's so beautiful. I figured out if I would make an espresso machine myself, I would make it that way. Maybe 10 times worse than that. I don't know. Anyway, the design is beautiful. You got very few moving parts. It means it's sturdy and lasts longer, and also it's affordable. And alright, how it works is you can see the top. Here's a place you can pour in water in it, and yeah, let me get camera. You can see it because it has a aluminum body. You can pour water in it. Then it has a knob here, and if you turn this way, clockwise, you will get steam coming out of the frosting arm. The frosting arm is a pipe with a plastic cover, and if you turn the counterclockwise, you will have steam and hot water heated and coming through here. So just go through the coffee and you get an espresso. That's how simple the machine it is. Alright, and according to the official menu, if you don't want to frost the milk, you don't have to turn the knob to the steam selection, and all you have to do is to fill the water in, and you turn it to a brew, and you just wait. Then you get an espresso. That's the official menu size, but I got a pretty good tricks and quirks from YouTube. I believe it was Mr.Coffee, and he inspired me about how to use this machine in the right way, I think so, or to say in a more reasonable way. I'll show you how. Okay. So this is the cup, and let's temp the coffee first. You got a metal filter. Can't see it? Yeah, I think so. If you see it inside, you can see measurement here. Can you see it? Yes, you can. I say 2 and 4. We're making 2 shots, so we're filling the filter into the 2 measurement. Alright, here we go. After you fill it in, you use the temper to temp it. This is to temp it tight, so when water goes through it, and it helps for the extraction. After it's tamped, it looks like this. Alright. Okay, we put it back and set it aside. Then we start to filling water of this machine. So in this video, I'm using a bottle of water. I'm in Chicago, and rumor has it the tap water is drinkable. I believe so, because you can see I have my own filter to drink the tap water, but for coffee we have made it so far. So I think a bottle of water is better than the tap water anyway. Alright, for filling the water we use its own measuring cup. First we fill it into level of 4 shots and fill it in. Okay. The machine is empty. And then we do it again. So totally we put in 8 shots of water inside the machine. You'll see why in a little while. Alright. Then we close the lid. Close it tight. And put a cup this way. See the frosting arm? Just put a little bit of water in the cup and I put the cup under the frosting arm. And then we turn the knob clockwise until the lights just light up for steaming. Okay, and we wait for a while. In the meantime, we can fill in the milk frother. The milk frother, you can see it's made from Mr.Coffee too. They got four options: cappuccino, latte, warm milk, and iced cappuccino. So it's very simple. They got a stainless steel milk frother, and in the bottom of the machine, and there's a small round part you can put in, so you can stir in the milk. Put it like that. And also they got a measurement inside. See? We just fill it just above the minimum level. I used 2% milk, by the way. And select a latte. We're making a latte today, and just start. See, it's frosting. It's heating and frosting at the same time. Put it back on. It's the coffee. Oh no, I forgot about it. Don't just put it on yet. Set it aside. This is the coffee cup we're gonna use, and put that first. The thing is, we do not use the frosting arm of this coffee machine, but we use this feature to making it to make steam, so we can pressurize the machine. The higher the pressure, and the better the result of the espresso. So you can hear the machine is hissing, and when you saw steams or dripping coming out of the frosting arm, you can turn it to off, and then you turn to brew, like the waters and the steams coming from the front. And this is for two purposes. One purpose is to heat the tunnels inside. That's the pre-warmed machine, and then you can pre-warm the cup at the same time. All right. All right. you can see it's hissing, so we slowly turn it to off, and we slowly turn it to brew until the light is up. So you can the steam's coming out to pre-warm the machine. Alright, that's enough. Slowly turn it back on to the first status, back to the steam, to repressurize the machine. Alright, so we got some hot water. There's a cup, we can put it to the cup. So the cup is pre-warmed very nicely. That's good. And the machine is pre-warmed also. Now it's time for the coffee. The reason I use 8 shots of water, no matter how many shots I'm going to produce, is because the more water you put in, the faster you get pressurize the machine. Alright, the milk is done. So now the machine is repressurized again, so we can start pulling a beautiful shot of 2 shots of espresso. I got a counter here, and we can see how much time it used to pull a shot. One thing is when we start to put a shot, you just turn it to brew very slightly until you hear the water going, and then you go off until the first drip of the machine of the coffee is coming. Then you start to brew. The reason is you want to pre-soak the coffee powder, so it will help the extraction. Here we go. Okay, you can hear the water. And then you go off until the first several drips coming out. Then we can start to brew it. Alright. We took about 30 seconds to brew 2 shots of espresso. Let's see the outcome. Wait. Okay. I brew a little bit more. I should stop it a little bit earlier, so it might around 25 seconds. But that doesn't matter. That's just a referencing standard of a good espresso. Right, let's put this back on. And smells beautiful. You can see there's cream on top. Someone may say this is not actually an espresso, but believe me, it's better than Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts you can get. Alright, here's the cup. We have pre-warmed already. that in. And the milk is just about time. Beautiful. Alright, if you want, you can put some vanilla syrup in. I get this from a World Market. It's Torani vanilla syrup. It's kind of a good product. A little bit. Then we're done. Set it aside for a little while. And what I want to show you now is how much water we're gonna get out from this machine. We just pulled 2 shots of water out, and we can keep brewing and see how much water we can get from this machine. You can see there are still water inside. Because I saw the comments, someone says they put in the water, they never know where the water goes. The water's inside, you have to get them out before the next use of the machine. Otherwise the water gonna remain in the machine, and I think that's not fun. So you brew until there's no water coming out from this section, and then you turn it into steam, and you let it heating until there's no heating. Then you can shut off the machine. And don't open the top. I'll let you see. Don't open that part yet, because there's a high pressure inside. Even there's no water anymore in the machine, as long as it's heated, and the air inside will has a very high pressure. It might injure you. So once you done brewing the rest of water, and then you go steaming the rest of the water, just shut it off, let it cool down for itself. Alright, let's switch to steam. We just get 2 shots off, so we should have 6 shots of water coming out from this machine, right? Oh, that is hot. I'll let you see this side. See it's heating? Let it heat for a while. Alright. Then shut everything down. Okay. So compared to these 2 cups, it's the the cup is too hot, I won't do that. You can see it's about 6 shots of water coming out, so it means there's no water inside anymore. That is good. That's what we want. And the last step is to clean the filter. Just cup to do that. You can see the filters like this. And put this on so it won't fall down from the container, and you will not be injured. Okay, then you can clean it afterward. You can get this part out also, go wash it, and then you're done. One thing is, I saw the comments of the coffee, the espresso maker of the Mr.Coffee. A lot of people complaining that the machine has a flavor of plastic. I think the reason is, if you are using this machine to frost the milk, and the cover of the frosting arm is made of plastic, and the steam is coming out of the frosting arm, and in this process the plastic gets heated and will pass the flavor to the milk. Then you might have the flavor of milk in your coffee. So that is another reason why I got a frother. Alright, because it was on sale. At the same time, the frother was $49.99, and when I was going to get an espresso machine, it was on sale also. I got it $39.99, so it's $40. This one, espresso maker, $30, $70. This one is about $30, so total about $100. I can't remember the exact number. I think that's a pretty bargain. And for the maintenance, make sure you brush the grinding machine after use, and wash the milk frother. And also about the flavor, if you make the ground coffee too fine and you temp it really tight, the water is hard to go through the filter, and the pressure and the temperature are both very high. In that situation, the coffee might be burnt, and you might taste burnt. That's my experience. So don't get it too fine. Like I said, I got a setting between fine and medium, so that's why. Okay, so total about $100 of this system, and you have a precise time control, the full power pressure, and you have many freedom from grinding, brewing to milk frosting. So there are only two uncontrollable parameters there. One is the roast of a bean. I think for household coffee, that is beyond our reach. Okay, so just get the freshest coffee you can, the most fresh coffee you can get on the market, and that won't be a problem. And another thing is the tap water. if you're using the tap water, you will experience that the taste is different, very different. And I suggest using bottled water since we have made it so far. Alright, that's about it. I think that's the time to taste the coffee. Have a taste. I won't lie to you, it's better than the commercial coffee you can get from the street. Alright, I'm happy to share my little experience with you, and wish you guys a Merry Christmas. Have a happy holiday. Bye.